welcome everyone back to my channel. My name's Kayla and today we are actually going to finally get into the holiday spirit. Today we are going to be changing it up a bit with a little bit of a simple recipe. We are going to be making chocolate peppermint donuts. Now, it's not your typical fried donut. I don't like fried donuts, so I'll make fried donuts if you guys hit that subscribe button, and let's reach 1,000 subscribers by, let's say, we'll go February. If we reach 1,000 subscribers by February, I will make fried donuts and do a whole video on that. But for now, we are going to just do a chocolate cake based donut with a peppermint frosting. I'm super excited for this because it is super easy. The only thing you may need to go grab is a donut tin. Let me grab that and show you what that looks like. The donut tin. It's a very nice little, it's just a regular tin. Perfect for making donuts though, so very useful. We're gonna set that aside. Make sure to spray those. I went ahead and sprayed mine already, so they're ready to go. And while we're doing that, let's preheat our oven for 425 degrees today. Make it a little easier for us, alright? Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and start off by making our batter. The batter today is super simple and actually requires like, I think 7 ingredients. So 7 or 8. Don't quote me on that. Alright, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Why not, right? Alright, so I got our handy dandy kitchen aid right here. And we're gonna go ahead and start off with some of our wet ingredients. I'm actually going to start off with the sugar and the eggs and the sugar, just to kind of get those mixed in and mixed up, like so. You only need 2 room temperature eggs for this. And then for the granulated sugar, we're only going to need 3/4 cup today. So not too much. We're just going to put that in right in. I forgot to put my little mixer part on, so let me go ahead and put that on and we'll start mixing that. And once I'm done mixing, I will show you what it looks like. This is all mixed up. It should look kind of whipped up like a pancake batter in a way. That's what it reminds me of, so that's what we're going to use as a reference. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add all the wet ingredients all together now, just so it's well mixed when we add our dry ingredients. So first I'm going to add 1/2 cup of the oil. I'm using coconut oil. I don't know why, but I always think that the coconut oil makes any cake batters just taste that much better, and it's a lot fluffier, to be honest. So we're going to go ahead and just add the oil in, and we're going to add the rest of our wet ingredients. So we also have, trying not to spill, 3/4 cup of milk. You can go ahead and use any kind of milk. Personally, I prefer almond, or you can use regular 2% whole. It really doesn't matter. Just make sure it's 3/4 cups of milk. So we got that. We're going to set that aside. And now we're going to go ahead and add the vanilla extract. Today, you only need 1 teaspoon of the vanilla extract, simply because we also have a cocoa going into it, so that's going to add that extra flavor, so you don't need any extra vanilla. So you're going to add that in, like so. And we're going to go ahead and give it a quick mix just for until it's well mixed, about a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then when I come back, we'll go ahead and start putting in our dry ingredients, okay? Awesome. So now that all of our wet ingredients are all mixed in with the sugar and the egg mixture, we're going to go ahead and start adding our smaller dry ingredients into the mixture. So I'm going to start off with the cocoa powder. I am adding 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder because I want more of a chocolatey donut with more flavor. If you don't want it as chocolatey or as much of that flavor in it, you can go ahead and lower it down to 1 tablespoon. It will taste about the same, just not as chocolatey. So I'll add that in real quick. Get that all in there. And then we're going to go ahead and add the salt. We're just adding 1/8 teaspoon, or just like a little pinch. Not too much, just like so. And then we're going to go ahead and add baking powder. We're only going to use 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Not tablespoons, teaspoons. Use tablespoons, won't work out, I promise you. So add that in. Whoop. And make a mess of your kitchen. That's always a good step to add into the mixture, alright? So we're going to go ahead and plop this baby down. lock it in place. And so I went ahead and let it mix for just a few minutes, just so that the cocoa is really well mixed in there. You may see that it's kind of, if you haven't sifted it or made sure that there wasn't any lumps in it before, there may be a little chunks in it floating around. Just take a fork or a spoon and just kind of press it down so that it breaks up, and then mix it again. It'll all work out, I promise. So next, we are actually going to be adding the flour. So today for our flour, I'm again using the Red Mills gluten-free flour. I'm using 2 cups today. Remember to use the 1-in-1. I've been getting questions about which flour specifically to use. Again, I use Red Mills gluten-free flour. I use the 1-in-1 so I don't have to add any extra xanthan gum or any extra anything into my batter that I'm already adding. So again, 2 cups of that. We're just gonna add it slowly slowly. That may be too much. Slowly, so that it doesn't end up being a cloud of flour all over my kitchen. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and just add little by little, and I will see you in a minute once it's done, okay? Alrighty, so now that our batter is done, it should end up looking like a nice little batter. It's not as thin as I would have hoped it would be, but that's okay. It's gonna be fine. So we're gonna go ahead and take this mixture and we're gonna put it into the donut tins I showed you guys earlier. Just grab a spoon. You might want to grab 2. And we're just going to kind of gently place it in. And you don't want to fill it up too much. I would fill it up for maybe about halfway because they will rise. So let me go ahead and do that and I'll show you what it looks like. So I went ahead and I filled out my tins. I went ahead and I have 2 of them, so I'm going to use all of them. You can put these both in the oven at the same time. Again, it should be at 425 degrees. We're not going to make the frosting while these are baking just because these don't need long to bake at all. They only need about 6 to 8 minutes to bake fully. So we're going to put these in the oven at the same time for about those 6 to 8 minutes. Then when they come out, we're going to let those cool before we get to frosting them. I still have some extra batter, so I'll probably be able to make another 6 more donuts for that. So we'll go ahead and plan for about 12 to 18 donuts of frosting to make. And I'll show you how to do that in just a bit. So we're gonna go ahead and pop these in the oven for about 6 to 8 minutes. We'll be right back. Okay. Awesome. So I have my donuts right here setting on the side to go ahead and cool down before we frost them. But for now, we are going to make the frosting. So I just have a standard little mixing bowl with a whisk. You can use a hand mixer. I personally I don't think you really need it because it's not a hard frosting to mix. We don't have any butter or any kind of those ingredients that's going to make it hard. But we are going to go ahead and start making our frosting. All you really need is powdered sugar, milk, and then you're going to need peppermint and vanilla extract. My peppermint extract kind of exploded when it got here, but I have enough to make it, so we're all good and ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and start off by adding, for now, we're going to start off with 2 cups of powdered sugar. Just go ahead and add that right in. And I'm going to kind of give it a little whisk already just to kind of get all the clumps out. You can go ahead and try and sift it too. I just think that, just give it a little whisk, push down, and make sure that there's no lumps. So you have all that. And then I'm actually going to add my food coloring first with the vanilla. I'm going to add a little bit of red because when I think peppermint, I think of like candy cane. So I think of more of like a red and white color. So we're going to go for like a reddish pink. So we're going to go ahead and add just a few drops in there. And I'm also going to add my extract in there. Just pour it in. For the extract, I am doing about 1.5 teaspoons of the peppermint, that's the word, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So you're just going to go ahead and give that a little mix in there. It'll kind of start to form together in the powdered sugar. And as you're kind of mixing, just slowly, you probably won't need this much milk, but you're just going to add a little bit of milk at a time. and slowly mix. Now for this recipe, you don't want your frosting to be too thin, just because it'll drip right off of your donuts, and we don't want that. It'll probably turn out more of a glaze, and that's okay, but we want it to be like a frosting on top of our donut. So if you see, even after adding that little milk, I still have my frosting forming now. So we're gonna add a little more, just a little bit. I probably added too much, and we're just gonna whisk it all together. Now don't worry if it is too runny, just add more. You can go ahead and add more powdered sugar, and I would add a little more peppermint flavoring to it just so that you don't overpower the peppermint, which is really hard to do because peppermint is a very strong flavor. All right, so as you can see, my frosting is forming very nicely. I still have some clumps in it, so I'm gonna go ahead, keep mixing that. I might add a little more milk, not too sure yet, but just mix, mix, mix. And if you need to, I would probably double this recipe for the amount of donuts we are doing. So probably do 4 cups powdered sugar, and then do 3 teaspoons peppermint, 2 teaspoons vanilla, and then go ahead and do the added tablespoons of milk. So we're just gonna keep mixing. You see how that's more of like a frosting, not too runny. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to finish whisking this, and I'll be right back once our donuts are cool and we are ready to start dipping. Yes, I'm dipping them because it's fun. It's fun to dip them, and it's a fun little activity to do with your kids for the holiday season, or friends. Do a little contest with your donut decorating. So we're gonna go ahead and set that aside, and I will be right back when we're ready to decorate, okay? Okay, so I have the donuts over here. I have our frosting right here. It's a nice thick consistency, so it shouldn't run off your donuts very quickly. And then I went ahead and put a little, I don't know what this is called, but stand over a cookie sheet, that's the word, over the cookie sheet, so that if there's any drippage from the frosting, it'll just drip onto the pan and it's not gonna make a mess of the bottom of your donuts. Maybe a little on the side, but it gives it character, so that's okay. So we're gonna go ahead and set that aside. Every time we dip a donut, we're just gonna put it right here, and then we're gonna add sprinkles, because what's a donut without sprinkles? You know, I know sprinkles are a little iffy for most people, but I love them, so we're gonna add them. So I have not too much of a wide variety, but I'm gonna mainly be using the white sprinkles right here. I know I don't have a lot. And then the blue sprinkles here, just because, you know, holiday season, I'm thinking blues, whites, reds, I guess green too. Yeah, we'll use the green ones too. Why not? Make it fun. Do a little shake, 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 right? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start dipping those donuts. It's gonna be pretty simple. Just take your donut. I like to find the side that was up top, because all of donuts are beautiful, but these ones just look a little weird on the top. The bottoms look fine. So we're gonna dip the top so that we can just add a little extra pizzazz to them. So you're just gonna go ahead and take it, move your whisk to the side, and push down, and kind of rotate, just like that. Just get the sides a bit, kind of let it drip, rotate, and like that. You have your donut, and you're just gonna set it to this side. You're just gonna do that for all the donuts. If you want to use a different kind of frosting, I will put a few different another recipe that's really good with it. Mainly vanilla frosting is really good with this one. I'll link that recipe, not link it, I will put it in the description down below with the rest of this recipe too. But yeah, you're just gonna dip your donuts, just kind of make sure that you don't get any on your hands like I am doing, and there you go. We're just gonna go ahead and do that for all of these real fast. Let's decorate one real quick. I'm gonna use blue sprinkles first. Get a little handful, and we're just going to, let me do that. And we're just gonna kind of like sprinkle it on. Little sprinkles never hurt anybody. And you want to do this before the frosting dries, so I would do it right now. Add the sprinkles as you go if you want sprinkles. If you don't, then don't worry about it. Continue frosting, and I will see you with the end product. I'm so excited for this, guys. You'll have to go ahead and leave a comment on how yours turned out. Also, I will link my Instagram so you can DM me and tag me in any pictures and any of these treats you try for the holiday season. Okay, I will see you in a bit. Let's go ahead and finish these up. Okay, everyone, ready for the final reveal? I'm so excited. Okay, so these are how they turned out. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. These donuts, I love donuts. I haven't really been able to have a lot since I went gluten-free, so this makes me so excited. We're gonna go ahead and just take one of them. Oh my gosh, they look so good. I'm so excited. Okay, this is a good time to remind you guys to go ahead and hit that bell notification so that you don't miss my videos, or else you're gonna miss more of these delightful little treats. Also subscribe and hit a like and a comment about how yours turned out and what you think I should try next. I will be doing challenge videos pretty soon coming up, starting probably in January with random ingredients baking. So go ahead and start commenting ingredients you want to see me bake with, something odd, something fun, something new. Anyways, let's give these a try. They're definitely pepperminty. It's so good though. I really recommend trying these out. It's a perfect little fun party food to bring because it's all individual serving size. And fun part is too, if you guys want, you can do a decorating party with it, with sprinkles or anything you want really. So again, give these a try. Let me know what you think of them. I will leave the entire recipe down in the description so that if you guys need a reminder of any of the ingredients, it's right there for you. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, subscribe, leave a like, and go check out my other videos. I have some really good ones out. In the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season, and I will see you next time for the sugar cookie special. Bye!